And so stabilizing helped make it so that I could actually make something out of it. Okay. Your favorite tree is the bald cypress. I love bald cypress trees. Oh, they're so great. Man, I love them. I was so stoked to do that New Orleans video, or New Orleans, excuse me, that Louisiana video, because I love bald cypress trees so much. Love to get a salt cellar out of cottonwood. You know what? I have a couple of scrap pieces of cottonwood that are probably big enough to make some salt cellars out of. So I'll dig into some of these logs I got kicking around, and maybe I gotta look at that, but I might be able to make some cottonwood salt cellars. Might be possible. Maybe, maybe, maybe. River birch has a range east of the Mississippi and along the Mississippi on the west side. Okay, that's what I thought, Jake. I thought they were two separate species. Thanks for looking into that for me. So the river birch is different from the water birch. Jake, the range map for the water birch is really isolated to the Intermountain West, right? Am I correct in that? Or is it more like fully in the West? Sorry, I just needed to shave this down. I didn't like the profile that was striking. So this went from being a very, very soft, lightweight piece of wood to now a pretty dense, hard one. Make West Virginia. The next. So right now the state trees are being chosen by Patreon polls. So, you know, if you have the desire and means to support me on Patreon, that's highly welcome to do so. And we hold votes there. Choose the next state tree. And West Virginia almost won. Almost won. Is there such a thing as difficult wood to work with? Which wood is it for me and why? Not really. It all depends on what you're trying to make. You know, on a lathe, really, really hard woods like mountain mahogany, which I have on my stack here, can be really hard just because they're so hard. But kind of depends on what you're making. Sometimes a really hard wood is actually better on a lathe, and a really soft wood is bad because it'll tear out really badly. I have not worked with African blackwood. Hello, Crazy Fan Frog Club. How's South Dakota looking in the polls? It was dead last on the last one. Could change next time. Mainly Utah, Colorado, and southern Alberta, British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and tiny pockets in between. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought about the river or the water birch. Thank you, Jakey. So the water birch is really Intermountain West up into the upper Rockies. Clara, thank you for following. Or Claras, or yeah. Do I like Purple Heart? I've only worked with Purple Heart once, and that was to make beads for my niece for her birthday. It's interesting, but I